What up, guys? This is your host, G Weezy 11, and this is the Gym Podcast. I got a special guest here. Got my boy D in the house. What's up, D? How you
What up,
feeling?
bro? I'm feeling good.
That's good, man. Man, it's been a long time. I've been wanting you to come on here for a long time, and you've been stalling. Nah, I'm just kidding.
No, I have, bro.
It's all good. It's all good. Now you're here, so we got some cool topics we're gonna talk about. But I usually start off of how we met. So, do you remember how we met? Because I think I do, but it's a little blurry because we've been friends. I think me and you've been friends for shit. I think the longest, bro.
Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. I think we met up in sixth grade. We were in we had a class together.
Yeah, math class. Math class. Damn, sixth grade.
You know who it was Miss Verse stuff, bro.
Nah, that.
That's when I met you. That's my first memory of you, bro.
So see, that was social studies. Maybe?
Yeah, social studies.
Because we had that class, and then we had. I'm pretty sure we had math together too. I just don't remember the teacher's name.
In sixth grade?
Yeah, I think we had a couple classes together in sixth grade. But I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I don't remember, bro.
But that's crazy that you reminded me of that because I forgot that too. But I remember that class too as well. But what I forget when, because you knew my brother, right? You knew my brother before. Well, you kind of knew of him, and then you knew of me, and then but you.
Yeah, I think it was your brother who I met before everybody.
That's crazy.
Well, actually, I know B the longest, just because he's been in the family.
Yeah,
But as the group of guys, yeah, I think it was Edward, bro.
that's what's up. I knew. I think it was you, and then I'm pretty sure after that it was Tony. So that's a different story. But man, it's been a while, man. That's fucking crazy how long it's actually been, and the type of, like, people don't understand that you actually literally gotta have a lot of similarities to actually even be friends with somebody for that long. Like, there's people, for me, I think people don't understand that there's sometimes you have friends that have similarities, but I think most of the time people have a lot more non-similarities. I don't know, just that don't connect with that person. And a lot of people don't understand that you got to have like shit in line with that person to actually be connected with them, like have that friendship, have that just have that connection with somebody. So I don't know, how do you feel about that?
Nah, bro, yeah, I feel you. We've been through a lot of shit, actually. Ever since you lived on that, what was it, Lake Valley Street,
Fuck, man.
Valley High?
Crazy thing, look, I'm gonna go into it, just touch on it real quick. I used to live, shit, let's see, I'm pretty sure it was 36th Street, and fuck, I think it was like 36th Street and Couples. I think that's what it was. It was like maybe a mile down from like St. Mary's. So I'm not too sure on what side of town you call that, but it was, yeah, maybe the west side. I don't know, but something happened, and my family, yeah, we just ended up moving, and it was like literally, I mean, that, what is that? Maybe like 20-30 minutes away from Southwest. So it was definitely a change, but I think that was, fuck, I'm pretty sure that was like fifth grade. Fifth grade was my first year at Sun Valley.
That was my first year, too. I
Yeah.
just moved in from Cali, and I started like half year of fifth grade.
You know what? I think that was the first year that it was actually built. Honestly, fifth grade. What was that? 2005, six, something like
Yeah.
that. But so I moved there, and then I lived one house at the bottom of the actual street on Lake Valley. It was a small ass house, bro, and it was probably like, maybe it was all my brothers and sisters, and then my mom and her boyfriend at the time, but fucking small. And then there was another house, like maybe like 5 years later, that we actually moved into, bro, and that shit was just, it was that 2-story house that we actually got into, and bro, that house was fucking huge. Like, I think there was like 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. The upstairs, there was like 2 living rooms in that bitch. It had a fucking balcony. It was pretty fucking dope. But yeah, it's crazy just to see the amount of time that me and you've been friends. Like I don't think, like I said, I don't think people get it. The amount of shit we've been through, and the amount of stuff that you actually have to be in line with another person. But I think so. After that, I think we just fuck. Honestly, I don't remember why we left that house. I'm pretty sure it was like 2011, 2012, but that's when we moved on to Ashfield. And
Big country.
Yeah, in Big Country. Yeah, I had a house in Big Country. But that one was about the same. I think that one had 4 bedrooms, had
Yeah, it
2
was
baths.
2-story too.
Yeah, it was 2-story too. But I think it was just, man, honestly, it was just old. It was a dope house. But
Yeah, it was the party house, bro.
yeah, bro. Man, that was, let's see, June, July of 2012. I think I'm pretty sure it was June or July. I don't know if you remember that, but it
What?
was the
Juniors?
first going to junior.
Going to juniors.
Or no.
Graduated in 2013.
No, we were we were juniors going into senior year. That's when the first party happened. I think that year. You know what's crazy too? I didn't even know there was gonna be a party that day. Like I think it was like midday. Someone hit me up and was like, I think 2, 3. I think one was a girl and the other 2 were people were like just friends. I think they were just two friends that I had, and they were just like, "Hey, I heard you're having a party. Like, what's the address? What y'all gonna have? Y'all want to bring anything?" I was just like, "What the fuck? Like, there's gonna be a fucking party?" So at that time, my brother, we were in the same grade. I think he had flunked a grade or something like that. But we were in the same grade. But he knew a lot of people. I knew a lot of people. And I guess he was just having a fucking party. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess he wanted a party. And as soon as that happened, of course, he knew a lot of people. I knew a lot of people. We brought the fucking party down. Like, we fucking party came down. But to go back to it, that happened. Let me try to remember the day. That happened. And yeah, I think I just invited a shitload of people. And it's funny too, because my mom invited a shitload of people too. My
Bro, she
fucking
gets down, bro.
yeah, my mom invited. So at the time, I believe my mom was single, and if y'all don't know my mom, she's a real cool person. She's down to earth, but me and her have a relationship like no other. We're literally like best friends. So at that time, like I said, she was single, so she had a couple friends, but they were like, how do I say it? They were like cholos, like
OGs, bro.
yeah, like OGs. Like I'm talking about like Dickie pants, white tee. You got the tatted up. You got the Cortezes on feet, like just straight cholo out. Like I mean, I was cool with it. Like I didn't know, but also too, they're pretty cool. Like they're just good vibes at the time, I think.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. When everybody got kicked out, it was just them, and we were still partying, bro. Just jamming out to some old school music.
Yeah, I remember. Hey, so let's see. Party started. I think I got ready at someone else's house or something like that, or I was somewhere, and I just remember coming there. Oh no, I had work that night. I remember I had work that night. I pulled up. Damn, this was like 10:30, 11. The party was going on already. I'm pretty sure y'all were all there. Like everybody was there already. Pulled up, got dressed. Yeah, that was it. I'm pretty sure we bought bottles the day before. We bought a shitload of beer the day before, and shit got crazy. I remember bits and pieces because that night I'm pretty sure it was like the night that I was just like, fuck, this is one of the days that I'm actually about to fucking get faded for the first time. But so that happened. What else? Party went on, bro. So my mom invited friends, and I guess it got kind of out of hand. Like it was to a point where there was like 35-year-olds, 40-year-olds, but people we didn't even fucking know. Like there's people there just doing wild shit, wild shit. But that party I think set it off because that house was I'm pretty sure it was like 200 square feet, 2,000 square feet, maybe.
Big house.
Yeah, it was a pretty big house, but there must have been like fucking 200-300 people in that bitch at the time. So
I mean, inside, outside.
Yeah, inside, outside, packed.
Garage. We had all the.
Oh yeah.
We got all the crazy people doing drugs and shit in the garage.
Oh my god, I forgot about the garage because think about this. There was a ping pong table outside. There was a ping pong table inside. Ping pong table. Oh, not ping pong, but like a beer pong table. I'm sorry. in the garage. So there's 3 at the same time, maybe even 2 outside from what I fucking remember. You had a pool, like a little kiddie pool of just ice, and there's fucking beer and like bottles. What else you had? I'm pretty sure we had like a little stereo system going at the time, and just a shitload of people. So shitload of people. If you don't know, in the BC area, 1604 in Marbach, there is a shitload of cops. Well, at least back then, I'm not too sure because I don't live in the area now, but shitload of cops. So the cops came down, raided that whole bitch, and it was just, I mean, as soon as people heard that there was cops, I don't know if you remember anything, but just people scattering, bro. Like people just running, like if it was just like something was going on. I mean, something was going on, but it wasn't, to me, it wasn't that fucking serious. But
Yeah, that's where we acquired our first beer pong table too. Official.
oh yeah.
Somebody left that bitch in there.
Bro, someone left that. Someone left. I remember we got like 2 or 3 bottles of Ciroc, bro, but not the little ones that start off with like the huge, like maybe the medium sized ones. Like I guess everybody was just scared and just dipped, just scared and just dipped. But that was, yeah, it was a crazy night. So I'm pretty sure the cops pulled up maybe, I would say maybe about 2 or 3 times, maybe even fucking 4, and. But it was funny, bro, because I just remember my mom just answering the door every single time, just trying to calm the officer down and just, oh, everybody supervised, everybody, we're just having a good time, and nah, people were getting fucked up, bro.
Well, that's when they knocked on the fence, right?
Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty sure after, bro, I'm pretty sure like on the 5th time, like, or maybe even like the 2nd or 3rd. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it had to be the 2nd or 3rd because everybody was like, because my mom was trying to calm them down, and then at that time, everybody was still like scared but still there, didn't want to leave but trying to leave. Like it was just a crazy situation. And then I guess the 2nd time pulled up or the 3rd time, and then just like they literally knocked down my whole fence. Like because there was just so much people in the fucking backyard, and then yeah, everybody just took off, bro. But I just remember like shit, maybe like 10 cop cars or sheriff department, I guess. The sheriff's in the street on Ashfield, just ready to taser some people. I don't fucking know, just something crazy, bro.
I was just, all I remember was trying to rush everybody upstairs. Well, everybody that we were cool with so they could stay.
Yeah.
And I was just scared as fuck, bro. At the time, I don't know, bro. That shit was just scary to me actually, because I didn't have any papers and shit.
Yeah, you're good, bro. But yeah, it was definitely a crazy experience. I think I remember. I'm pretty sure I was scared. I wasn't scared. I was fucking faded and just doing my thing. But yeah, I think after the 5th time, I think they just left us alone. But man, that next night, I'm pretty sure we went. Shit, it must have been 6, 7 in the morning, bro. When I went to sleep, woke up like at 1 o'clock, and just yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was definitely a crazy situation. Crazy.
Probably one of, I think that's how we got into the party scene though, because we got our hands on so much alcohol, bro.
Yeah.
So many bottles. We had like 6 cases of 18 beer, 18 packs and shit.
Yeah.
And from there, I think that's when we were like, damn, we can get our hands on all this shit. Everybody was just pitching in their money and shit. And that's when, I don't know, I think the next party was at Jimmy's house.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure we had 2 parties during the summer.
At your house?
I think so, but I'm not too sure. But that next party, that next party was crazy too. What? Fuck, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, this was so yeah. I think that was the first time we ever like thought to ourselves, because everybody was working at the time, or at least most of us, and we're just like, oh, let's just pitch in $50. So there's like 10 of us. That's $500, and we just $500 of just beer and alcohol. That's a good fucking amount, honestly. Sometimes it was even more than that, and we just as long as there was that. Shit, it was popping. Fucking very, very popping.
Damn, bro. How old were we, bro?
Let's see.
I think this was in 2011, actually. Because I got a picture on my phone, bro, of everything that we bought.
Yeah.
And the timestamp says 2011.
maybe, but I'm pretty sure it was in 2012 because I remember going in senior year that next year. I think so.
Yeah, probably, bro. Because I think that's when we threw all our parties was senior year.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, it was.
Well, if you pulled up to that party and you still remember that shit, give me a 5-star review because I'll fuck with you.
Yes, sir, Ski.
Yeah, that shit was cool, man. But I want to jump into the next topic. So we if me and Diego, like I said, me and Diego been friends for a while, but I think, well, another person too, but me and him actually got into some crazy stuff. Not crazy, but some cool shit that actually, well, for me, I think transformed my life to where I can leverage certain things to be in my favor. But so credit. So for me, credit was one of the things that helped me realize you can actually obtain a lot of stuff like cars, um, other things like, I don't know, fucking MacBook, just like shit you can finance that.
Financial freedom.
Yeah, financial freedom to an extent, I should say. But um, what do you, as far as what do you remember? Do you remember like your first credit card or your first like experiences buying a credit card or anything like that? What do you say?
Well, my first credit card probably was I think my Capital One Journey card. I think everybody and their moms gets approved for that one. And I just remember applying, bro, for the fuck of it, bro. I was just like, man, what can go wrong? And I put in my info, and instantly, bro, got approved for $2,000. I was like, whoa, shit. What am I gonna do with $2,000? But yeah, bro, that's probably my first credit card. And from there, the rest is history, bro.
It's funny you say that because yeah, for sure it was the rest is history. But for me, bro, honestly, I think you applied for that one, and I think obviously we were fucking talking to each other, but I think I applied for it. I got denied because certain situations in my past fucked up my whole credit. But oh man, to be honest with you, my credit, bro, I have a paper that said my credit score. And shit, I think it was a 503, bro. 503, and this was maybe right after I graduated. I remember right after I graduated, and maybe a year and a half after that's when I applied for the card. Same card, got denied. But what that did for me is it transformed my mindset to build credit. So man, there was just so much information for me that I had to learn that, I mean, that obviously they don't teach you in school. So you had to be on Google, you had to find different forums, you had to basically find out how credit worked for yourself. And shit, man, I shit you not, I watched a shitload of YouTube videos just to how credit works, how you can actually build it, and why it's good to have credit. And honestly, for middle class, it's I think it would help you out, even for like even people that are not in the middle class. I think it's definitely something you can leverage. But to go back to, so I got denied, and then I'm pretty sure I applied for like a secured credit card where you put like, I mean, I think you can put different amount, but basically a secured credit card is where you put a certain amount of money like as a deposit, and that's your actual credit limit. So I believe I put $200 as that deposit, and that was my credit limit. And at the time, I just used it for gas, groceries, and it was only $200. Like I mean, that was it's not a good amount, but I mean it's something that you can actually handle. But so that happened, and then I think like 6 months later, bro, I applied for the same one, the Journey card, and then my credit limit was like $500. It was stupid, like.
Yeah, I remember that, bro. I sent you like the referral link and shit, and I think that's when you got serious about your credit. I remember that shit.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy because when you said that the rest was history, bro. Like, yeah, the definitely rest was history because from that point on, that was 2015. I think maybe a year and a half later, like I worked on my credit. No lie, bro. Like I told you, when I applied or around that time I applied, or at some point in time, I that my score was a 503, bro. By that next time that I applied for, because I think my next card was an American Express, bro. That next time I applied, I think my score, it must have gone up like I'm not even kidding, like maybe to like a 680, 650 lowest for sure. But I want to say 680 if I remember correctly. So I applied for American Express, bro, and that shit changed my life because that was 10 grand off the rip, like 10 grand, bro. And I was just like, holy shit, like you said, 2 grand, like what the fuck, like that's. But when I got approved for 10 grand, I was like, damn, like at the time I was like, cool, like I was disciplined enough, but then again I kind of wasn't because I if I remember, I'm pretty sure I started buying stupid shit, bro, like. I remember the first thing I bought was a LeBron James jersey. I fucking that card had like 15%. Nah, not 15%. I don't remember. 20, bro. I don't remember the percentage, but I was gonna say 15 months, 0% interest. So if you don't know what that is, credit cards have like promotional offers where you can put expenses or purchases,
balance transfers.
Yeah, that too, balance transfers onto the actual card for 15 months and you'll have 0%. So you won't be paying any interest. So in my head, I was like, fuck, like I can buy like $500 worth of, or maybe $1,000 worth of shit, spread it out between 15 months and pay it off within 15 months. Obviously I didn't do that. I paid it off before that, but I put like a good amount. I think it was like $500, honestly, but I bought stupid shit, but it put me, it just kept going from there. Like I did American Express. I did, I think it was a Chase card after that. Maybe
Chase Freedom, bro.
Yeah. Maybe it was shit. I don't remember the order, but I did a Discover after that. Funny thing about Discover too is I started off with a security card with that too as well. I think it was like $500. And then from there, I think after 6 months, they actually sent me my deposit back for my security credit card, and then boosted my actual credit limit to 500. So honestly, that was pretty cool just to see, because obviously I was working on my credit, paying off my balances, not having any interest, and then they rewarded me with the actual credit limit and then sent me my secure deposit back. But what was one of your cards that was like, fuck, like this is a good amount. Like this is something I could do something with?
Well, it was that Capital One card. It was just 2,000. And that was when I was like, what, maybe 19? And that was pretty mind-blowing to me. But I'd say a good amount I got approved for was 7,000. And that's when I was like, oh, shit. But at the time, I didn't really know what to do with the credit. Like we know now how to liquidate it. I mean, did I say liquidate it? Or, I don't know, not liquidate it, but...
What do you mean? Like turn it into, like leverage it to profits? Or
yeah,
what
that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't know that either. Like if I were, man, it's crazy because if I were to know what credit could do for somebody at that age, it's I would have done so many things different. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get into that in a little bit, but I think, so to go back, man, all in all, people are probably going to trip out when they hear this, but I'm not even kidding. I have like maybe 15 cards. And that, it's crazy because 15 cards, but I don't even use most of them. It's just the actual limit that I actually like, because when you get into credit, you have to be under a certain credit utilization that is good for you. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 30%, right? 30%.
Yeah. So that's where after passing 30, that's when it'll start impacting your credit score.
Yeah. So 30%, but for me, I always keep my cards like no more than 10. Like I think I'm disciplined enough to have my cards at a 10%, so it doesn't go anything over that. But man, there's been times where I've had to make big purchases where they go over fucking 60%. I don't think I've ever maxed out a card before. Maybe I can't think of that right now. But for me, when I started like getting into all these cards, it was just one of those things where I used it to my advantage for certain things. Like I put stuff onto the cards where I can actually finance them and pay them over time, because for me, I was working full time, going to school full time, and having to deal with shit over the years, so much things, and I think it put me in a situation where I can actually pay for things without actually having the money there, and in return get a good credit score. But also with that helped me too as well is buying a car, because when I first started out, shit, buying a car was like, I think my first car, bro, no lie, was 18%, and holy fuck.
Was that Ford Fusion?
Yeah, Ford Fusion. Yeah, I had a 2011 Ford Fusion. That shit was 18%. Man, I think my payment was like 415. I'm not even kidding. I want to take a bet that $350 was going to interest or something like that. $300 was going to interest, and like $115 was going to the actual principal.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
And
But honestly, it might be normal to a lot of people our age, bro. 18%.
yeah,
Just because they need a car or they don't know what they're doing. I don't know, man. But 18% is ridiculous, bro.
it's very ridiculous. And I knew at the time what I was getting into, because I did my research, I knew what I was doing, and I thought it was at a starting point, just like everything else. Just like my first credit card, I knew it was a starting point because I had never had an actual vehicle before. So it was 18%, and I got a couple cars over the actual years, but that 18% over, like, I think my lowest interest rate, I think my interest rate on my car right now is at 2.99 to be exact.
Beautiful.
Yeah, which is crazy. And the fact that, let's see, 415 was my payment, 350 at most was going to the actual fucking principal. On this car, it's 2.9, and I'm pretty sure it's maybe like 95. Nah, it's 95% of it's going to the actual principal.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And it's crazy to see that over time, I mean, granted, it's been 6 years, 7 years, 6 years that I've actually worked on my credit, but that's how long that I've actually been working towards this shit. Like it doesn't happen overnight, and most people don't get it. I mean, there's certain things you can actually do to make it happen in less than a year, maybe less than 2 years. But for me, learning by myself, doing it by myself, not having any help. Obviously, I hit my friends up for like conversations and asking them what the fuck to do and just things like that. But it definitely takes time. And I know for you that, yeah, Diego, I know for you that I think you've been the same journey too, right? Like it hasn't happened overnight. I think some of your credit limits on your cards have gone up because of your good history, and then also too your interest rates as well has gone down. So
Yeah, bro. I mean, it takes time, and credit is important. Don't let anybody tell you it's not, especially in America. You need that to get a house, a car, credit cards. But what's your top credit limit right now, bro, on your card?
top recently, let me see. I will probably say it is sitting at no, not 18, 17.5.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, 17.5. And that's the first American Express I ever took out. And that was 10 grand. And over, let's see, 4 years, maybe 3 years and a half, it's gone up 7 grand, 7 grand and a half. And to me, but what's even crazy is because I have another card, another American Express, that has 14.5. So a tip I want to give the listeners is, for sure, for me, American Express, in my opinion, has the highest credit limits. From what I experienced, like I said, I got approved for 10K right away. They give you credit increases every 6 months, if I'm not mistaken, or you can ask for a credit increase. Usually, like I think for one of my American Expresses, I started off with like 3 grand, and I'm not even kidding. The next year, maybe less than a year, that shit went up to, I think it was 10 grand. Like that shit, what is that, tripled over a year? And I didn't even ask for it. They just gave it to me. And it was, it's just crazy. For sure, American Express. And then I think that's about it. I think those are my highest cards. But like I said, I have 15. Man, to be honest with you, shit, if I wouldn't even take a guess about how much credit limit I have, honestly. But I think for me, when so how credit relates to me right now is I use credit to leverage to make profits off certain things that I actually sell or that I actually I guess acquire. So if you don't know, I sell shoes, but I guess you can say I resell shoes. That's what a lot of
Supreme
people.
too, bro.
Oh, yeah, Supreme. If you're familiar with that streetwear clothing, I do that too. But so I buy it at retail, and then obviously there's hype and supply and demand that goes into it, and then I resell for how much it's it's how
Market
much
price.
yeah market price I guess. So that's how I make most of my money. Take that profit and just do a rinse and repeat. Just use all that profit towards the actual next thing that I'm doing. I mean, I have certain criterias that I do where I have certain percentages that I put away in my checking account that I put away for other things. Um, and that's how I separate my money to actually help me out, cover my finances, cover my bills, because obviously that still has to be paid too. But that's what I always recommend people to do, because if you're disciplined enough to have these credit cards and use credit to your advantage, that is, in my opinion, it's the best way to do it, because once you get into debt, there's so many things that can go wrong. If you start getting collections, it's a process. I mean, you can do it, get those collections off, but it's definitely a lot better to pay debt off when it's actually not in collections versus collections, and that's probably something else. But that's how I actually make my money, and that's what I use credit cards for 100%. I mean, there is some of the cards that I use that I actually use for like restaurants and dining out, and they have certain like percentages on rewards and just different things like that. But for you, would you say the same thing, or do you use credit for something else?
Yeah, I agree with you, bro, 100%. And it's super smart of you how you're using that credit, because not everybody thinks that way, bro. And majority of people in our age usually just go out and swipe the card at retail stores. Um, you go out to Macy's and just max it out. Nobody really thinks about, oh, let me use this credit, this money that's not mine, into making me myself a profit and stuff like that. As far as rewards, bro, there's a lot of good cards out there for travel. Um, one of the best cards is probably Capital One Venture.
Oh yeah.
And no, I ain't getting paid for this, but oh yeah, bro. I mean, you just gotta have that how do you call it? What were you saying right now?
That discipline.
The
Yeah.
discipline on how to manage your credit and shit.
You have a venture card?
I don't, bro, actually,
Damn, that's crazy.
but I know it's probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, see, I have it, and let's talk about that. So when I first got it, what did I get it? I'm pretty sure I went to Denver, and that's why I got it. That was December of 2018. But I got it to put all, because they were having a promotional offer. It was, they didn't have no 0% for like 6 months or anything like that. Or no, they didn't have nothing like that. But it was spend 3,000, 4,000, 3,000 within the first 3 months, or 4,000. I don't remember. Either one, same $1,000 off, but spend that much within 3 months and you get 75,000 points. So I was like, holy fuck, like 75,000 points, you can use that towards airline tickets. And that's exactly what I did, or hotels, or I never suggest, and this is another cool tip, I never suggest to use your credit card points towards gift cards or any type of like put it towards your purchases or anything like that, because it is, well, at least for me and from what I've seen, it is honestly the worst way you can redeem those points. You get a lot more value whenever you put it towards airline tickets or any type of hotels. So, so that's what I did. 75,000 points. Let's see, what did I do with that? Actually, when I went to Chicago this past year, I used about 50. Let's see, that was in January. Let's see. Yeah. So in about a year, I got the 75,000 points, and then I actually racked up another 30,000 points on it. So I had 110,000 points. So I went to Chicago. I stayed 3 days. No, yeah, three nights, 4 days, and the hotel was free. And then also too, the airline. Did I pay for that out of pocket? Yeah, I paid for that out of pocket. I think that was like $200 for me. Um, and yeah, or $100. It was $100. It was cheap, bro. And hotel was free, and it was like A1, bro. Like it was literally a 5 minute walk from Michigan Avenue. It was cold as fuck, but it was definitely worth it, especially to have something for free.
Yeah, man, that's probably another cool part about credit cards too is the benefits of it, the rewards. I mean, going back to American Express, I don't have the card personally, but I heard the platinum card is just it's it's out of this world. But there is an annual fee of $500, but you get
Oh,
like exclusive access to like luxury suites at a airport. I'm not sure what they call them.
yeah, it's like the lounges. Yeah,
There you go,
yeah,
lounges. Yeah,
lounges. Yeah.
yeah. Like there's one time when I went to London with my cousins, and not him but his brother had the platinum card, and we acted like we did, and they upgraded us to a badass room. We got free breakfast
Oh shit.
just for having this card.
Yeah.
So I mean,
No, I've seen it. Trust me. I mean, if you know about American Express, I know you know what I'm talking about. It's a platinum card. It is silver. I'm pretty sure weighs like fucking 20 grams or something like that. Like it's a heavy card. I've seen it in person too, but I was trying I was trying to justify the $500 the other day because I was looking at it, and I mean, I guess if you travel a lot, it might be useful. It might come into hand because there's also like a shit ton of benefits that come with that card. Like, let's see, off the top of my head, it's the lounges. You got, I think it's $200 worth of Uber.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
okay, Uber credit for
Uber
the
credit.
year. You get, they have promotion offers, so it's like I don't know. I think I was looking, it was like 60,000 points. Let's see what else you get. TSA check-in. What's it called? Like just a reimbursement of TSA check-ins when you like pre-check-ins, I guess. You get, I know there's other, you get no foreign fees, no foreign transaction fees. Like just so much shit that goes into that if you travel a lot, or maybe if you just use a fucking card a lot, or if you use like just have big ass purchases and have the cash to throw at it and pay it off, it's probably gonna work out for you. But yeah, for me right now, I don't think I can
Yeah, me neither,
yeah,
bro.
that's $500, bro, a year. But yeah, because I'm. This is my plan. I plan on getting it just now, right now, because in the future, for sure, I'm gonna have some big purchases. For sure, I'm gonna be doing some crazy shit that's gonna make me use that card. So it's in the works, but nah, shit, not right now, bro.
Yeah, we'll get there, bro.
Yeah, we for sure we'll get there. There's a ton of different cards too. I know that are pretty similar that have the same rewards. Like I know Chase has a couple of them. Not as good, but and they're up there too as well. But for credit, I think the one of the things that helped me out too to go back to the man, I say the beginning is just it puts you in a different mindset that you understand how things work in the world because for me, I didn't have that guidance growing up to where I realized at the end that credit was something that I can use for in my favor. Obviously making profits like I just explained, but when it puts you, like I said, you start working towards other things, like using those profits towards things that make into like other investments that make you more money. And it just keeps piling and piling and you just keep adding up. Like you use that to your benefit. I think I said that like 3 times. I don't fucking know, but what I know for you, would you say credit was like one of the things that your family like taught you of, or you just had to? You think you taught yourself?
I mean, honestly, bro, growing up, I didn't really hear much about credit. Trying to remember how how I was even interested in credit because growing up, I didn't really have a fuck, I don't know, social security, so
Oh
I
yeah,
never
yeah,
really looked forward into any of that growing up. But I mean, I think my mom always told me credit was important, but that's pretty much it. She never really walked me through applying shit.
yeah.
She never really taught me what APR was and stuff. I think we just pretty much learned it online ourselves.
Yeah, I'm pretty well. For me, my Yeah, I don't think my mother went over that with me. And I don't, if y'all don't know, I haven't had my dad in my life. Shit. I think he left when I was like 5 years old, something like that. So I haven't had my father in, and that's a different story. But mom never went over credit. And yeah, just internet, Google, YouTube, forums. That's it.
Reading, bro.
Yeah, reading too. I know I read a couple books talking about that. And there's something else too that I just started researching just because, I mean, it's something I want to get into, but there is business credit. So business credit is a lot different from actual personal credit. So if you have a business and you're actually, obviously you got to pay taxes on it. But for me, what I've been doing is actually doing my business transactions and separating from my personal transactions on different credit cards. So reason why I do that is because at the end of the year, I can go back to the business credit cards or my business account and actually look up transactions, expenses, everything like that. And there's other, like, how do I say this? There's other things that have categories. Like it's just not, it's more complex than that. I'm just giving a general oversight, but because I like my shit neat. I like my shit to the fucking penny. But there's a certain way you want to do things when it comes to business credit. And there's certain things that for me that like I said, it's another venture that I'm going through. So I believe there's Experian, there's TransUnion, and there's Equifax on personal, right?
Yeah.
For business, if you didn't know, it's same thing as far as Experian, Equifax, and there's another one I don't fucking remember. But those scores on business go from 0 to 100. On personal, it goes from I think it's like 350 to 850. I don't know. Myth it.
800s.
I don't know. Bitch ass Jimmy will probably say his credit is like 900 or something. His credit will go at 900, but I don't think it's that high. Then again, I wouldn't know. I don't think I've ever seen credit scores go that high, but
as far as FICO, I think it's 800 something.
Maybe.
I believe.
Maybe.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. But for also too, when you open up a business or you start getting into like business credit and stuff, there's so much things that I've learned. So when you actually carry over balances on personal credit, like we went over the 30% utilization, when you turn over to business credit, you can have that shit maxed out and it won't affect your score. The way the government sees that is you're working as a business. There's certain ways you can diversify yourself to where you can be like an LLC, a sole proprietor, a corporation. Like there's other things that you can set yourself up for. But the way the government sees it as your business, you're going to work for it. If you have an LLC, that shit, it's not going to actually default on your actual personal. So I'm not too sure if you know what an LLC is. I'll explain it real quick. So that's just basically a little business thing that you put together for whatever business you have. And if you ever default on any expenses or anything like that, if you ever become into debt and the IRS comes knocking on your door saying, hey dog, give me all your shit, they won't come for your personal stuff. It's going to be all the business stuff that you have. So
or when you get sued too, right?
Yeah, or when you get sued too. So
that's for limited liability corporation.
Yeah. So basically, they won't take all your personal stuff if you ever go into default. That's clear, basic, simple way. There's other shit you can get into like S corp, C corp. I'm not gonna get into that because honestly, I don't even know anything about that. But to go back to business credit or just business in general, I think for me, setting up those accounts and setting up those credit cards, it really, really helped me because, like I said, I put all those charges, whatever I buy, onto those business credit cards. Take the profits, or just take the actual retail of what I got, put it towards the cards, and then to keep the profits, and then put it in the business checking account. There's other accounts that I put money into as well, but that's different. And when it comes to having an actual business, and applying for cars, I feel like there's a shit ton of more rewards than a personal. So there is, I think I was looking at Chase the other day, and their personal credit cards were offering like maybe 60,000 points on a card, and then your and then your business, and then the business card that they actually had was like shit, 80, maybe 100. So there's a lot more value if you're gonna use it. There's a lot more value on business credit cards. Obviously, you got to get like your actual EIN number for the business. And something I learned too is, I'm gonna put you on real quick. If you don't have a business, or like if you don't have an LLC and you want to apply for a business credit card, you can do that. The way you do that, you apply for an EIN number. Your EIN number is your social security, but for the business. So when you do this EIN number, you basically sign up on the IRS website as a sole proprietor. And then I'm not going to go into the actual step by step, but there is a ways you can get an EIN number, and you can apply for these credit cards that require that basically that number, so you can get the card. And if you have an LLC or a different type of partnership or any other business, there's other requirements that you have to actually do on these credit applications. But for my experience and from my knowledge, you don't have to have an actual LLC to get a business credit card. You can get your EIN number for free. You can get that credit card. Just use it responsibly. If you get that credit card, like don't go fucking crazy. But that's a little tip for y'all if y'all listening. I know y'all listening. Y'all better listen. JK.
That's a great tip, bro.
Yeah, that's something like I'm telling you. That's Google's your best friend, and it's literally keywords that you put into Google that can pop up so many videos, so many forums, just so many websites that people already have found out, and it's great. I think for me, when I see people not having the knowledge, it sucks because it's so easy to obtain. Like I don't it doesn't affect me, or I don't get mad at it. I'm just like, damn, like you can literally go to Google, type that shit in. You can spend like 5 minutes. You can, like, I think when I did everything for my business, shit, took me like 2 hours. I knew everything that I was just putting you on and the listeners to right now. So it doesn't take that long. It just takes a little bit of effort, a little bit of
research.
Yeah, a little bit of research, a little bit of if you're tired, just some fucking energy drinks, just a little bit of something to get you going and do that research. Shit, even read a book.
I mean, that's what they say is the hardest part of business, man. Is the execution, bro.
Yeah,
actually doing the stuff.
I think for me, it's when it comes out to business, there's certain things you have. There's certain people you want to get involved with. There's certain people you don't want to get involved with. Certain investments that you got to do a shitload of research for. But it all comes down to the past you've been through, to understand what you want your future to be. So when I make certain investments, it's all experience and all knowledge that I've been through, and it helps out in the future. I mean, for me, it's one of those things where like I said, I just make these investments to help out my future, because I want to retire when I'm fucking 26. Nah, not 26. That's fucking.
You talk about
that's next year.
about failure, bro. I'm scared of failure.
Yeah. So what do you have to say about failure? So I mean, I know what I want to say, but what do you
just the fact about like executing something and scared of failure? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you took you took the objective to go through, like, start up that business you have, bro. Like doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people don't do it that way. Going through the readings and like finding out, oh, I should probably set this up this way. This needs to be set up that way.
Yeah.
And like going through all of that and then just failing.
Yeah, trust me, I wouldn't say that, like, if I were to say that I wasn't scared, or I wasn't, like, if I wasn't, if I wasn't scared to fail, I would be fucking lying. Like, I'm not scared. Like, I'm not tetrified. Like, I'm legit scared. Like, what if this shit goes into vault? What if I make a bad decision and I spend all my money, I max out my cards, something happens, like anything could happen, like within a split of a day, or anything can happen, I should say. And what if my business just goes into default? Like, there is certain things that I have to pay attention to. There's certain things that there's a certain mindset, I should say, that you have to have in order to start a business, in order to make investments. And one of them is for sure you got to take risk. A lot of people don't realize when you actually start a business, there is a tremendous amount of courage and risk you have to have in order to start that business. You can't be scared to fail. You cannot be scared to take a risk and then be like, oh shit, like oh shit, I spent $3,000 on this equipment and I don't know what to do with it, or I'm not getting views, or like, let's just say someone started a YouTube channel and spent $5,000 on equipment and that's what they wanted to do. And they put it on a credit card. Let's just say they put it on a credit card and they weren't getting their views or whatever. There is, well, in my opinion, there is a shit ton of time you have, or a shit ton of patience you have to have in order for that YouTube to pop out. Like, unless you're just doing some crazy ass shit that gets notices right away, you go viral and then it just happens like that. But you can't be scared to fail. Obviously, you spent that $5,000 to put in towards the equipment that you better make it work. Like, that's $5,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. It's all about action. Life's a risk.
Yeah, life is a risk for sure. When, like I said, I wasn't scared. I just did a ton of research before I actually launched what I launched, and and that's what I had to do, because and this goes back to being in college, and this is one of the things I learned. I was trying to remember the professor's name. I was taking accounting too, and fuck, he said something, but he made me realize that the amount of stuff, or the amount of research you have to do before you actually launch a business is tremendous. Like, there is so much research that I did before doing this that a lot of people wouldn't do. They would actually just start it up and let's get going, let's make some money. But I definitely took precautions just because of shit that I've learned in the past. I definitely appreciate that, bro. What I want to get into next is, what are you thinking? Travel?
Yeah, we can do travel.
Yeah. So travel might be the way. So just because it connects with credit and everything like that, but a couple of things. So me and you, let's see, where have we been? Been to the Caymans. We went
Chicago.
Oh yeah, fuck. I think I said that on my intro. Went to Chicago. First trip I ever took out of Texas. Check out that first episode, please. Chicago, and then the last one was just LA, right? We haven't been anywhere else. Not that you know of.
No, that was our last trip, bro.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
That was fucking dope. Very, very dope. But traveling can, depending on how you research and depending on what you actually do, it could be very, very inexpensive. Like, I think, we booked we booked the airplane tickets maybe 6 months in advance, and from Austin or San Antonio?
Yeah, I think it was Austin, actually.
Yeah, Austin. Okay. Austin to LA, we paid $100.
Yeah, that's because that's where you forgot your keys, remember?
Oh, yeah. Son of a bitch.
But yeah, it was like what was it, like 120 for two people? Or each?
It was $100 per person.
Oh, that's right. 99 something.
Yeah. So it was $100. And that was straight, direct flight, no stops. Southwest Airlines.
Two bags free.
Bro, I fuck with Southwest Airlines. Bro, 2 bags for free. And 2 bags, look, check this out. 2 bags for free. And you can also take a carry-on, and you can take a backpack. The backpack, fuck, bro. The backpack, I think it has to be like a certain weight, or maybe like a certain, obviously it can't be too big, but there's a shit like that, bro. If you were to go, well, obviously, yeah, I don't think I've ever been to like American Airlines, Delta, or like United. But if you were to take that onto a different airline, you would have to pay extra. So we paid $100. We all went, 6 months in advance. We all went, and what did we do? Airbnb?
Yeah, we did Airbnb.
Oh yeah, Airbnb in LA.
In Hollywood.
Oh yeah, that shit was dope. It was too dope, man. Man, we should go again.
But the point of all this is we do this within a budget.
Yeah, for sure.
But we still looking good while doing it.
Balling on a budget, yes sir.
That's a tip for the listeners, man. Don't outdo yourself.
Yeah,
if you don't have to.
And especially go in groups. Like for us, we had, how many people went? 10, 12?
Yeah, I'd say about 10.
Yeah. Keep in mind this is a big ass house in Hollywood. So
3 stories.
we had our rooms, we had everything planned out, we had space. So it wasn't like we were sleeping on the bed or sleeping on the couch next to each other, or something like
On the
crazy like that.
floor and shit.
Yeah, we had it was a nice setup. But the reason why we do that is because we split it up into each person to have their, like, we basically just divided by 10, 12 people, whoever goes or whoever we met. And then our tickets, we pay for that separate. So it comes out very, very inexpensive when you do it like that. But obviously you have to have the people, and you have to have, well, I think so we went through Airbnb, and we had, what do we do? Everything up front or half and half? Half when we
No, we
booked.
did everything up front.
Everything up front? Okay. So we did everything up front. So everything was just, yeah, it was just paid for before we
And
got there.
then again with credit, that's when you had that 0 APR.
Oh,
promotion.
yeah. So this is actually with one of my credit cards. Shit. Yeah. It was American Express, and they were so I had my promotional offer when I first got it. I think it was the same thing, 0%, 15 months. But this was maybe three years into it. And I got, no, 2 years into it since I've had it. But they were offering a 0%. Shit. How did it go? So they had this, it's called like a American Express plan, I should say. But they had it to where you basically split up the actual payments over 24 months or 12 months, something like that. And you paid a fee. That fee was like $2 each month. So over the 12 or 24 months, whichever one you did, that fee was going to come out, I don't know, take a guess, like $100 or $200, something like that. Or $2 times 24. I don't know if that makes sense. 400. Anyways, so what they were doing at that point in time, they were doing basically it was 0% for 24 months or 12 months. So that fee, they're actually just waiving that fee. I'm not too sure on what they were doing. I guess it was just a promotional offer. So that's what I did. Yeah, we paid up front. I literally forgot about that, but we paid up front, and that's how we did it. So when we paid over the months, we did it for 6 months, right? Because everything was paid off before we actually
That's
went.
what you gotta make sure.
Yeah.
For every trip, make sure you pay everything off before you go.
Yeah.
As far as their flights and your stay.
Yeah, definitely be smart with your purchases. Definitely, like I said, use credit to your advantage once again. And that's shit. That's how we travel most of the time. We put everything on credit because you're gonna get the rewards. You get to pay it off over time, and it helps out. I mean, we had a fucking blast in what's it called, in LA. But you know what else? Me and you went to the Cayman Islands. No, when me and you went to Chicago, I actually used that same card that I used for LA, but that's when I first got it. So all the purchases that I did in Chicago, I was on that 0% for 15 months, and I paid it off within like 6 months. I mean, granted, I only spent like, I don't know, $800 or something like that, or $500, something small, but I was working full time again. I was going to school full time, and I had my shit. I wasn't struggling, but I had to pay some shit. So that's what I did for 6 months. And then let's see.
Smart. Do it the smart way, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely smart. Like I said, you get to have some cool shit.
Just don't do it if you're gonna have to pay interest, man. I'd never recommend carrying balances on those credit cards.
Man, these interest rates, I said that fucked up. These interest rates are, man, they're like over 20% for sure. I know there's some cards out there that are 13%.
I have one of them, actually.
Which one is it?
Discover.
That's 13%?
Yeah, bro. 13.29.
I have one, let's see, with RBFCU, and it's 13.9, if I'm not mistaken.
Credit union, huh?
Yeah, credit union. Yeah, I don't, honestly, that's been at zero. Like, I haven't made a purchase with it since I've actually got it. And that's when I refinanced my car like 2 years ago. But because again, they're having this 6 months, 0% interest. But other than that, I haven't used that shit. To me, it's like I said, it goes back to the credit utilization. So definitely just use that credit to help out other shit that you have on your credit, if that makes sense. But
let's get back to traveling, bro.
Yeah, traveling. So let's see. What
our first trip was actually Vegas together, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I used credit.
No, I don't think we did have credit. I don't think we had credit. Or maybe we did. Small amount.
I don't remember. Maybe we did. You know what? We probably did because see that was in 2016, and then
I just turned 21.
yeah, so we had some credit, but I don't think it was like anything huge like to what we have right now. Yeah, so it was Vegas, and then a year and a half later, when we went to the Cayman Islands, did you use any credit? Do you remember, or you was just cash?
Credit. I did.
You did?
I used what I always use now is PayPal credit.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I fuck with PayPal credit.
Southwest, I think accepts. I can. No, yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do too.
That's what I used because those were kind of expensive. Well, expensive to me. They were like $800 for me and my wife. I'm talking about the airline ticket.
Yeah, airline tickets. Yeah, there was like, damn, let's see, $420 a ticket. So Southwest was, yeah, it was like $800, $840, $850, whatever. And then we did Airbnb too as well. We split that between three, we split that between three, and then we had a fucking blast.
Yeah.
So you did that PayPal
We
credit.
need to go back, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we need to hit the beach. Something crazy, something like, I don't know, something stupid.
Some fucking Fiji Island waters, bro. Or Bora Bora.
So I think as I said it on the last podcast, but I want to go with some huts, bro. Some huts on some water, some exotic.
Bora Bora.
Have a tiger right next to you.
Joe Exotic.
Something crazy.
No, but yeah, that PayPal credit, bro, it gives you 0% for 6 months on every purchase you do over $100.
Yeah, it's 100. Yeah. I use it a lot, actually.
Yeah, me too, bro.
I use it a lot.
That's probably one of my top lines that I used all the fucking time.
I started using it recently because my shit went into default. It didn't go to my collections or anything, but something happened with something I shipped off and it got lost, and the buyer requested his money back. And by that time, so let me explain. Let me go back again. Let me rewind. So I had sold something on eBay. I shipped it off. The buyer claimed that, well, based on the shipping information, the tracking information, it was never delivered. So this was like an investigation that lasted 6 months, and it turns out that the actual package was lost in one of the facilities. So this is a cool tip. I'm gonna get to a tip right here at the end, but ended up being lost. And then from there, the buyer obviously got his money back, but since the money was in my PayPal, when he paid, I took that out before he actually got the package. So my PayPal was at a zero balance. He took that money out, so I think it was like $550 or something like that. So my account was in default for $550. I think it was like 2 or 3 months later, PayPal closed my account, and I wasn't able to use it. That PayPal credit was connected to that specific account with that email address, so that closed my actual PayPal credit account too. So I wasn't able to use it till recently, till I actually paid it off, which is shit. It's been a while. It's been like 2 years since it was in default, but I ended up paying it because I wanted to use PayPal credit just for that actual reason. Because there's a lot of stuff, little minor stuff like something 150, 200 that I can pay over 6 months, and it definitely helps out. But pro tip: if you're shipping shit off through USPS or UPS or FedEx, they have an option to purchase insurance for your actual package. So let's just say one of my packages is, I don't know, $300. They give you, if you're shipping priority mail, 2 to 3 days, they give you, I believe it's $50 free. Well, it's not free because I'm pretty sure you pay through the actual fee that they charge. But what I always do is I add whatever amount that equals to whatever I'm selling. So $300. So obviously that shit goes up to $250. So I have to pay that fee. So in total, I have $300 worth of insurance. If the package ever gets lost, if that package ever gets lost, USPS will send you a check just because you bought that insurance. I did not figure that shit out until a month after everything happened. I do that with every package. I don't care what the cost. I don't care that if that shit is going to Honolulu in Hawaii and it costs so much more. I do it just because that fee is a lot lower than losing the money of the actual value that the package is. So yeah, cool tip. Shipping shit off, purchase insurance. Yeah, let's go back.
You learned that on TikTok, bro?
Crazy, bro. I've learned so much shit on TikTok. It is crazy. Have you learned shit on TikTok?
Yeah, bro. I follow a few guys. There's stock investors.
Yeah.
There's a rental property guy.
Is he Asian?
The rental guy? No.
Yeah. Bro, I follow
He's
this.
American.
I follow this Asian guy, and his accent is so dope. Like I followed him just for his accent. Anyways, but keep going. Yeah, he's an wholesaler. But let's see. Let's go into it. Fuck it. We'll get back to traveling right now. This is a cool tangent about TikTok. Let's see. I've learned how to ship packages. I think you tagged me in that video. You sent that video to me, and I learned how to ship packages cheaper. I learned how to invest. Let's see. Different stock trades. Learning how to invest in different stock trades. I actually follow a couple people. I learned how. Shit. I even learned how to fucking start an LLC. I didn't even. Well, I knew what I knew what an LLC was, but this was like 3 months ago though. But
you gotta send me that link, bro.
Bro, it's very easy. I mean, there's some money involved, but yeah, man, I know there's some crazy ass shit on TikTok, like some weird ass shit, and but there is some shit that I follow that teach me some good amount of information within that 1 minute or however long it is, and yeah, honestly, you don't even have to create an account, right, to actually use TikTok.
I don't know, bro. I made one just in case I want to fuck around, make a video, but
yeah,
I made an account, bro. But yeah, there's a bunch of shit on there. Cool stuff too. Entertaining stuff, cooking stuff, financials.
Bro, there's one.
Everything.
There's one. Yeah, she has to be a mom, bro. There's one Mexican lady or Hispanic. I shouldn't say Mexican. Hispanic lady makes the best Mexican food that I've ever seen. Nah, just kidding, but it's pretty good, bro. Like
My mom don't have a TikTok, bro.
Shout out to Diego's mom. She's the best. She holds it down. She definitely, her cooking is crazy. Bro, I'm going over it. I'm going tangent. Who made that ceviche that one time at your birthday party?
Oh, that was my pops, bro.
Oh, okay. Shout out to his pops too. Fuck it.
Damn, bro. My boy Jimmy been bugging me for that recipe for a minute now.
Jimmy always bugging. He don't care what he don't care, bro. Jimmy's man. We need a Jimmy over here. We need Jimmy on this podcast soon. I'm pretty sure it'll happen, but yeah, he's a trip. If you don't know Jimmy, shit, I don't even know his Instagram name. I was gonna shout him out, but fuck that. Fuck him. He recently. What were we talking about recently? We were. I don't remember. It had to do with traveling. Oh, we're talking about doing financing a car and putting it on Turo. So
Okay,
yeah. So basically, doing like buying a house and renting it, but with the car. If that makes sense. So financing the actual vehicle and then renting it out, and then for that specific month, if you pay like $350 and you make like $550 for the month by renting it out, you just keep the profits and then pay the car note, and that's just making money like that. But to go off what we talked about, I think there's some good deals right now for actual cars, but not enough to where I don't think right now might be the best time, because obviously this whole pandemic is going on, but you have where people are not going to Airbnb. Same deal with cars. They're not renting as much just because of they want to be safe. They want to be precautious. They don't want to have anybody else's germs and shit. So I think we came to the conclusion that it might not be the right time. It might not, just because of the crazy ass deals car dealerships are having, but yeah, might not work out. But
that goes back to traveling too, though, bro, because you could save money by renting on Turo.
Oh yeah.
That's what I've been doing too. But again, you gotta have good credit if you didn't know.
Yeah, so
you can't rent if you don't have good credit.
You can't see. talk about the financing part. I was telling C this yesterday. I think Navy Federal has their interest rates for 72 months at 2.29, which is crazy low, stupid low. But even at that, I think they have 24 to 36 months at 1.79, which is stupid low. Anything below, I think like 3% is probably very, very good. Shit, if you can do,
Still,
yeah, if you can do 0%, shit, Toyota. I mean, there's other dealerships. Toyota is the first thing that comes to my mind, but yeah, if you find anything 0%, Ford is another huge one. Go for that shit. Obviously, get your payment to where you can afford it. Negotiate, because there is some people that are crazy that don't negotiate. But traveling, to go back to traveling, I think it's a good deal when you travel, just because, like I said, it you figure out what certain, like, what your friends like, what they don't like, how they are when they're not in, like, you're living with your friends for that certain amount of time. So you know what they don't like. Well, for me, you know what they don't like, you know what they do like, you know how they are when they it's gonna sound crazy, you know how they are when they wake up before they go to sleep. Like, it's just things you learn as a person, and you see as your friend that you don't know because you don't actually live with them. But at that period of time, you actually get to, I don't know, stay with them, see them in the morning, wake up next to them. Nah, that's just
argue about what you want to have for breakfast for an
yeah,
hour or so.
shit like that. Like, I'm pretty. Yeah, we did that in fucking LA. We did that
But it was fun.
and we ended up like at a Church's Chicken or some shit. We did. We ended up. Where did we go? Fat Burger.
Bro, we went to Dave's Hot Chicken.
Oh my! If look, Google, yeah, Google Dave's Hot Chicken. Just put California in the search bar. Check that shit out. Is bomb. They have stuff similar here, right? They have like chickens. Not as, I don't think, not as appealing, but they have stuff similar to that, right?
Yeah, this one dude.
What is it?
His name is
No, but do you Smack Chicken or?
oh no, yeah, there's two. There's Smack's Chicken, and then there's another one, Chi-Chi's Hot Birds.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
That's the one I go to.
Yeah, so very, very similar, but it's a little bit different. But it's yeah, it's fire, stupid fire. So Google Dave's Hot Chicken California, and they are actually coming to Texas. I think they're making like 10 locations in Texas. Well, at least what I saw based off their Instagram.
That was before the pandemic, so hopefully it doesn't stall it too
Oh
bad.
yeah, that is true. That is true. It is fire. And then what else? Crazy shit. We had like a foot long radius pancake that we all ate, and it was two of them, huge. Man, I wish I could show you the pictures. They're huge pancakes, and there are two of them thick. I don't know. They're cheap, $15. Some stupid like that. Cheap buttermilk pancakes, but huge.
Chocolate chips, peanut butter,
Yeah.
whatever you want on them.
It was stupid. Like, I don't. Yeah, go there. Make sure you buy that $15, two pancakes, huge, and bring like 10 people, because that shit's tremendous, bro. Never again.
Yeah.
At least not that place. But what do you think? What do you think about beach or actual city? Next travel place.
I'm thinking the beach. Well, since I'm gonna turn 25 in
Yeah.
October, I would really, really, really like to go to
Vegas, baby.
Yes, sir.
Vegas.
But if we can't do that, then the beach.
So the last time we stayed in Vegas, I think we was the Aria Hotel, right?
Yeah.
And that shit, what did you say last weekend? It was like 2,300.
Nah, last weekend.
No.
Wait,
What we
first-
paid for the first time.
Oh, what we paid? Yeah, it was like $2,400
Shit.
for 2 nights.
And then what is it now?
Now we're looking at $4,000.
Holy
little bit low.
shit. Inflation, baby. Fucking inflation.
It's
That is
worth
crazy.
it though.
Yeah, to point out what we talked about over the weekend, it's worth it because we make more money, just because that was 4 years ago. So we make more money. Obviously, inflation happens. We can't control that. So things go up, prices go up. But it was worth it. There's if you ever just look up Aria Hotel Presidential Suite, that shit is crazy. Or you can go to my, I don't think you can go. You can probably go to my Instagram. You can check out a pic there. It's pretty cool.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. And for me, shit, bro. Vegas would be dope. I just want to get my feet in some sand. I just want to get my feet in some Pacific Ocean or something. I don't know.
I don't know, bro. Pacific's too cold.
And maybe like
Caribbean.
Something. Let's go to Bermuda Triangle.
I wouldn't mind going back to the Caymans, honestly, bro.
I would, because I remember the milk, the gallon of milk was like $12 or some shit like that.
We paid for like, what was it, like 44 beers? 224s? No, it's 48. It was like 120
Yes.
bucks.
And if you've never been out of the country, little areas like that, they get their shit imported, prices go up, and yeah, just because they get all their shit imported. Here, when we're in the States, we can make our shit local. It doesn't cost as much to ship. Yeah, there's so much shit that goes into pricing, but just tremendous amount of money going to a fucking gallon of milk. Imagine a gallon. I think a gallon of milk right now is like $2, $3, $12 for a bowl of cereal, bro.
And no pandemic either, bro.
No fucking pandemic. It is crazy. What do you think is like? How do you get into the mind? How would you say you got into your mindset that you have right now? What do you think? Did you ever go through like challenges, or did you ever go through anything that like made you think like? No, I wouldn't say wake up, or just one day you're just like, oh fuck, I need to change my mindset or something like that. What do you think?
Honestly, bro, I've been going through that right now.
For real?
Yeah, changing my mindset in a different way. Cause I don't know, I procrastinate a lot, bro, and I hate that shit.
It happens, bro. It happens.
I've been putting a lot of shit off, bro. And recently I've been listening to your podcast, man. Your first episode.
Hey,
made me think some shit. So.
That's why I fuck with you. That's why we're boys.
But I mean, the struggles, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I'm behind, bro. Nah, but I don't want to vent to you right here, bro. We're gonna have to cut that shit out.
We can go. Look, let's see. I will tell you like this, just based off of what we actually. And you don't have to say anything, but I'll tell you like this. There is, and they'll go back to shit. It was Podcast with Caesar, and I'll repeat it again, just because most people don't get it, or most people, I don't know, most got a new listener or something. Patience. You have to have a tremendous amount of patience to succeed in life. I can go this over and over again. Everything's not going to come quick. There's certain circumstances that you become rich, famous so quick, YouTube viralness. I don't even think that's a word, viralness. That you become rich, but trust me, not everything happens like that. There's certain things and certain stuff you got to invest in, certain ways you have to do things. But for me to you, bro, on air, while we're live, shit takes patience. And feeling behind is normal. Like I said, I feel like that every single day. That's why I do what I do every single day. That's why I read books. That's why I do research. That's what, like I said, that's what I do, because I don't want to be caught in a situation when I'm not ready. You gotta be ready. Wait, what's it go? You gotta stay ready, be ready, keep ready. I don't know. Something like that.
Just be ready.
Yeah, just be ready. Like I said, that's what I do. And
expect the unexpected, bro.
Yeah. I wouldn't say fucking tornado.
Stay alert, bro.
Fucking tornado chops down your house or something. Something stupid. Nah, don't prepare for the worst, but just be ready. And you don't want to feel that, because that's just gonna be cycle into other shit. It's gonna go into anxiety, depression. So many things can happen when you start thinking like that. And I would hate for someone to have that mindset, and they have that like mindset that I'm talking about, where they're just golden, but get into a loop where you're just thinking it's just not working out for you. You just go downhill from that. Because, man, let's see. Yeah, I know a couple people that happen like that. It's changed now, but there's certain shit you have to go through in order to keep that mindset going. And like I said in my previous podcast, there's I got a lot of people rooting for me. I got a lot of people that I gotta support. I got y'all. Yeah, y'all make me do a lot of shit that I wouldn't do if y'all weren't there. And
Hell yeah.
just stay patient, bro. You got this. Don't worry. Finish school. What what
Man, bro, fuck school, honestly, man.
nah, don't fuck school. Well,
One advice is, or a piece of advice is, go to school if you know what you're gonna go for, and stay dedicated to that.
okay. What would you say, like what if you were I wouldn't do that. Let's see. What do you let me tell you this. What do you think you can go into that might be efficient in today's world? What would you say?
What do you mean go into?
Like, what would you major in that would be efficient in today's world?
Definitely computer science, man.
Okay.
I was into that in the beginning, but
Yeah, you
somehow
were.
I drifted away. And now that I look back at it, I'm just like, damn, why didn't I just stick to that shit?
You were. I forgot. I think you went to the community college route, and I went to the university right after high school. But I literally forgot about that. You're doing accounting, right?
Yeah,
now?
accounting.
Accounting. Okay. See, that's not bad. It's not bad. You can use that to your advantage in certain aspects of today's world. But one of the things I realized too is you can't always expect what's going to be. Like, let's just say you're starting off. Let's just say you get out of high school right now. You're not going to expect what's going to be here in 4 years. So it's kind of one of those things. For me, you got to go back to the basics. You got to figure out what has been around for so long. That's not going to go out of business. There's certain need-based businesses that are just not going to go out of business. Like, let's see, off the top of my head, you got dry cleaners, you got tax preparers, like a doing taxes. You got shit. What else? What can you think about? Those are two off my top of the head.
As career wise?
Yeah,
I mean, the
like
whole technology, bro. IT.
well, like need-based businesses. So like business,
small, like
yeah, like something that's
traditional shit.
yeah, that's not gonna go out of business. Like nail salons. Nail salons are never gonna go out of business. Barbershops. Yeah, those two. Let's see. So there's so many other things I just not remembering off the top of my head, but things like that you got to go into that you could go into that never gonna go out of business. I mean, you got trades. Let's see, you got trades like plumbers, electricians. You got
electricians.
Yeah, anything that can help you out skill wise, I would say do. I would honestly.
Truck driving.
Oh yeah, truck driving
That's
too.
a money maker, bro.
But yeah, truck driving. Yeah, I can see that now.
But you can die early though. That's for sure.
No, you don't want to wish that on anybody. You I think for me right now, I would definitely do some trades over going to school, and just to see the amount of stuff that someone can do in like 6 months, a year, can definitely turn your life around. Man, shit, I've always wanted to do welding.
Welding?
Yeah, welding would be fucking
cool. That pays
cool.
well.
I know. Shit, I don't remember if my grandpa was an underwater welder, or just a welder in general. But I know for sure he would, just to go off, what did he do? So my grandpa, he lived in Corpus, or I should say Gregory, but I think he used to fix boats. Well, not boats, but like cargo ships.
Okay. Yeah.
So if like they had holes in them or anything like that, like he used to weld that up.
Dang. It's an important job, bro.
Yeah, he used to make money. But I don't know how he faded away, but I'm pretty sure he used to make money. Something? Maybe. Something crazy. Right, just too many girls, something crazy, something stupid. I don't know. But yeah, they pay well. Underwater welding, that shit pays a ton of money. But what else? That's about it, right? That's what I can think about. But definitely want to go into something that you actually enjoy, that you actually love. And that's honestly something that I've actually learned over the few years is, man, there's certain things where I would want to change in life just because I don't actually, like when I started off, I was like, oh, cool, this can bring me a shitload of money. But you start going up, your mindset changes, you change in general. You don't really realize that, or not realize, but you realize that shit, none of that shit even matters, like money-wise, to a certain extent, but a lot of things can change over the years. What do you, for you, would you say, how do you feel about when people say money doesn't bring happiness? What do you think?
I think to a certain extent, because they also say more money, more problems.
Yeah.
And I think for me, money. I think I would want to have money to an extent where I'm worry free about my payments, have a little spending money, shit like that. But I don't know, man. What do you think?
So I've I've actually talked about this a lot of times with a couple of my friends and a couple of people, but I think for me, money comes money comes and goes to a certain extent. But when let's see, man, I'm gonna go for it. Money does bring happiness, honestly. Money can take you out of certain situations, and when you're out of those certain situations, you are happier. You know what I mean? Like, let's just say if you didn't have money and your grandmother was passing away and she needed to be on life support and you didn't have money to do that. Hopefully, I mean, worst case scenario, she passes away. Flip side, you have money, you can save your grandma. At the end of it, you're happy because she's still alive. You get to spend more time with her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be that extreme, but get to the point. For me, money has definitely changed my life. Money has put me in a situation where I can provide for myself, provide for my family. Shit, go take trips with y'all, just do random shit where it does make me happier and it does bring my lifestyle to a certain point where I can enjoy it. I mean, I think for me, when I'm at that place where I have enough money, like financially free, where I can do whatever I want, it's no better feeling. So I'm gonna say money. Yeah, money brings happiness. This this last thing I want to talk about though is what do you what do you think is one of like a your last tip for the listeners? Like it can be anything in general. It can be about traveling. It can be about credit. Just be about mental health. Hey, mental health awareness. Wait, mental health awareness. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Mental Health Month is this month. So if you're needing any help, get the help you need. Because for me, mental health is a big deal as I've came over the years. And yeah, if you can't control that, you definitely can't control other aspects of your life. But back to your tip of the week, of the day, of the hour. What do you say, bro?
I would say, bro, is let money work for you and you don't work for money, bro.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that 100%. And to go piggyback off that, I would say if you have a business, if you're making money, if you're doing anything, pay yourself first. Don't matter if it's $5, don't matter if it's $1,000 each paycheck, whatever you got, there's a certain percentage you have to put into your actual bank account where you have them diversified, where you pay yourself first. And I've learned it's a mental thing where you pay yourself first and you take care of your bills last. I'm not going to go into it, but it definitely helps out. So that's definitely my tip. And yeah, you got anything to say? You wanna plug them? What's your IG name?
My IG name is Sam Dingo.
Yes.
SAMDINGOO.
Yeah. Follow my boy. And yeah, guys, this is the Gin Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. 5-star reviews for sure. Like I said, we got a lot of content coming out. I still got to interview half of my boys because got the whole Corona going on and they a little iffy right now. But we got a lot of stuff coming in. I got a new setup and yeah, thank you for listening. GWeezy11, your host. Follow me, tag me, and 5-star reviews if I haven't said that already. We are out here.
That's probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do in my life, dog.